Hi Sam, how are you?
Doing awesome here in the Bay Area.
Great. So I am doing a series on investment, so I can't think of anybody better than my good friend Sam Newell here because we have been investing together. So I've been teaching a lot of the viewers on investment topics, and we have been investing a lot in syndication.
Right.
So, what I wanted to ask you is, what is syndication? Let's just go back to the basics and talk about, in the most simplest term, what are syndications?
Yeah, great question, Grace, and thank you. We've been partners for investing together for years now, so this is fun. But a syndication is a person or a group of people that we call a general partnership who they put the deal together. So what they'll do is they'll find a property. In our case, we find a multifamily investment property. We will put it under contract. We will do all of the work, and then we'll bring in people like you and our loyal investors to raise the money to buy that property. And then we will manage it. So these are called passive investors who all they do is they put money into the deal. They invest into the deal. And then the general partnership will manage everything. They'll buy the property, sign on the loan, they'll have all the legal and financial liability. And what a lot of people like you and our other investors really appreciate is the limited investors can have all of the upside through the cash flow and the equity and all of that without having the legal or financial liability of owning a real estate property. Okay. And they also get the tax write-offs.
Okay, so that's a lot to unpack there.
Right.
So basically, to put it in simplest terms, it's like buying, what would I say? Would it like a mutual fund? Like people pool money together, you buy a project, or a REIT, right? You buy a project, and then, but we're talking about only one project. Like REITs will be multiple, like they do different kinds of investment, but this is only one project, and specifically multifamily. That's very important because there are a lot of syndications, and not all syndications are the same. And so multifamily is very important because, why?
Well, our goal is to have risk-adjusted returns. So there's lots of different ways to invest in real estate. There's lots of different asset classes. Our goal is to find a multifamily asset that has fantastic cash flow.
Right.
Fantastic upside.
Actually, existing cash flow when you buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're not in development. So fantastic cash flow, fantastic location, fantastic renter demographic with as little as risk as possible. Now, it can never have no risk, but we only buy in good locations. We only buy properties that can cash flow even if the market isn't doing fantastic, even if there's a recession. So again, the goal is risk-adjusted returns, double-digit returns with as little risk as possible.
Right. So I want to tell the viewers that not all syndications are the same, because like what we talked about, syndication, you can syndicate on land development projects. You can syndicate on commercial properties.
We have friends who do land development, who have done commercial properties. And you know what COVID taught us is that people need a place to live.
Right.
And that's one of the most recession-proof assets to own.
When times is bad, let's say uncertain, for example, then people want to I don't want to buy something. Let's just rent until, we know what where the economy is going, right? So that's why actually during a downturn in an economy, rental actually does better.
Yeah, B and C class, we never buy luxury rentals. We never buy the D class, low-end rentals. We like to be right in the middle because in 2008, 9, 10, 11, that's what did the best.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna in the next video we're gonna talk about why I personally invest more in syndication now than in individual, like residential property, because of the COVID and what's happening in what we were dealing with in the last 2 years. So in the next video we're gonna tell you why. My theory about going into more syndication than residential property. I'll see you next time.